Tonight, from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And the Colts pick it up. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. Well, it's hard enough to play on the road in this league as it is. But to start on the road with a fumble on the opening kickoff, just not the precedent you obviously want to set.
Not at all, and now it's just words because they've talked about it all week. From the time they start game planning for this one, remember, going into hostile territory, we have to set the tone right in the beginning, and they do the exact opposite.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
We'll have to see what kind of looks this defense is going to throw at him as this game moves along, but they're in a zone to start. I do think we'll see plenty of man coverage as we move along, but the first throw of this one, incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Freeman. And Thomas has it. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On 3rd down, Freeman. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Kayvon Thibodeau, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack. And Jake Moody now on for the field goal. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And his kick here is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So the big return had them fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Escaping the pressure right. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, the good ones have a clock running in their head, okay? Because it says something like this. I've got this many seconds to find a target. After that, I have to tuck it and try and get some yardage on this first down snap. He doesn't just get some yards, though. He gets a big gain, and they'll come right back with another 1st and 10.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
They'll run on first down. Ratliff, and a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Right back to him on first down. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Giants are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then 1 play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than...
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great effort there. Ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Freeman. They'll find his man. That's Taylor again. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on, you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 47. They run once more with Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 8. Looking to throw. Freeman. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Now Moore. He finds his man complete. That's Cannon. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. And New York set to take the field. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And Dobbs is going to be swallowed up as he'll go down. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Moore now. That would almost intercept it, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw again. Moore. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
He'll get this complete to Senate, the tight end. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. It'll go as nearly a loss of 10 on 1st and goal, so a disaster there. It goes as a 9-yard loss on the sack.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
Just a gain of a couple there. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Operating from the gun. Moore. And he's going to be touchdown short of a first. And it's 4th down coming up. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Jake Moody now on for the field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And this one is right through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
Throwing on 1st down. Bush. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
To throw on 2nd down. Bush. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Again, he'll drop to throw. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Giants would extend their lead here just before halftime. That is a near-perfect end-of-half drive right there.
And we've seen that many times from the best in the league. But do you really expect to see it done that well by a rookie? And how about the timing? Finishing it almost near the zeros, as you said, right at the end of the half. Great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now.
4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one.
Ready, break.
He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Back to you guys in just a minute as we've started the countdown to opening night. Remember, the preseason has shrunk from 4 games down to 3. So just 2 more weeks of preseason action follow this, and then we get it all started on the first Thursday after Labor Day.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Now the first carry here for the running back. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. To throw on third down. Moore. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the second time. That's taken on the 25. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Looking to throw on second down. Bush. Flush to his right. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, Bush eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
3rd quarter here in Indy. This is 2nd and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. And that's on the guard, Wyatt Teller. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Back to throw. Bush. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Giants have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Amani Hooker, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick 6, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now, these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Colts now, they're ready to get the football back. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Off play action. Moore. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Operating from the gun. Moore.
There's a short one pulled in by Simmons.
And he is stopped just short on third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And this will do the job nicely, as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some room to roam now. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And they're going to speed things up here. On first down, Bush. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Bush. Going down the middle, and it's complete.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And this defense not ready for that one, as he'll take this down inside the 25.
On 1st and 10, Bush. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play, as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Back to throw. Bush sheds off the tackle, and he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Giants go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
And certainly this, not the performance that they were hoping for to begin the exhibition season, but still plenty to watch for in this 4th quarter.
Moore on 1st and 10. And a quick throw here that's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal. Good.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Moore.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith.
And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And quickly they get to the line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. Back to throw. Bush. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. From a yard out. And the Giants add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. And the Colts coming out now. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah,
Everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
There's a short one pulled in by Simmons.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now Moore on third down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Taken in at the 22.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards.
And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Giants ready to come out now.
It has been a dream start to the preseason thus far as they look to finish things strong in the 4th quarter.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
129 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Throwing on first down. Bush. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. 2nd and 9 now. This is caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to run.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Back to throw again.
And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. They lead big. Quite the kickoff, really, to this exhibition schedule as they start once more with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll get this to the 24, and it's 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Bush. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Back to throw. Bush. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. As this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say good night, everybody, from Indianapolis.